Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do for the intro, but you know, we could start with like a Duke Nukem thing because that was awful. That was really, really bad.
Well, it wasn't.
No, it was bad.
I mean, it was bad. But
it was a catastrophe. It was disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I can't. So, and I did this. We sat here the first time, the first show. I sat here. You know, we did that mock Duke Nukem interview. I talked that we shouldn't take it so seriously. Well, I have to take it serious now because he's dead. He's dead. In fact, that's what we'll do for the intro. I'll just lay down here, like, you know, he's dead. That's it. He's just dead. It's over. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, you know, he's dead. He's kind of dead.
He's dead. It's over.
No?
He's not coming back.
No.
No. That's it. Just put him in bed. You know, put me in a coffin too. And that's what we'll start with the intro. We'll do it that way, and then I'll start with Call of Duty and you know, Assassin's Creed and PS3 exclusives. I don't want to talk about.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about it? There's some other things that we could cover.
It's over. He's dead. Okay, we're starting with Call of Duty, and I know it's everybody's favorite game, especially at PSX Show. So I have it. So we're going to talk about how great it is. Actually, what we're going to talk about, honestly, is the impact it's had on the industry. And I know what people want me to do. I have it. This is, see, they really, we could just, I know what you want. You want this to meet this. I understand, really. And we could just get it, you know, I could just cut this in half and we could all be done with it and everybody be applauding and stuff. But I want to make certain that people are aware that it's not the fault of the game. You don't need this. Look, the games are actually good. I'm going to say that again. The games are good. They're not the greatest, but they are good. They're worth playing. We need to blame the right thing here. So don't, you know, we get a lot of comments that say, oh, Call of Duty, I'm not playing it. Because, you know, everybody plays it. Well, everybody plays it for a reason, A. And B, the only thing that we have to worry about is leaking into other games that we like. See, when you get something that's super popular, everybody tries to emulate it. And when that happens, so everything, we talk about faster and dumber. Well, we see a lot of our favorite games becoming faster and dumber, and it seems to be a good example. Even Killzone 3, it's another shooter, but it felt lighter, didn't it? It felt kind of like Call of Duty. So we have to place the blame in the right spot. Okay, blaming the game itself is a bad idea. The fact that the industry has become more mainstream, the fact that it's no longer all hardcore gamers, is changing things, and unfortunately, it's going to impact a lot of our favorite titles. But don't blame this. Really, it's not this thing's fault. It contributes, but they're good games. They're not fantastic. They're good. Place it on the blame of the changing industry. That's all there's. We don't need the sword. I promise. I won't break anything. This topic I've been wanting to talk about for a little while. It's when publishers and PR places give us games and products to review, and you know, there's been certain scandals in the past where it seems like they may have amped up their score. Source amped up their score for the sake of getting something good, whether it's money or whether the product. But for our sake, especially from PSX, first of all, we've never been approached to do a bribe or anything like that, and they've never threatened to take things away from us or blacklist. So that's actually never happened, so just right up front. But just to give you an idea, I mean, there's a little few things. I mean, like, they give me, you know, a soundtrack that came when they sent me Assassin's Creed Revelations. They gave me some of these stickers for L.A. Noire and a few other things that I actually don't have anymore. You know, this headset when they sent me SOCOM. And, you know, sometimes they really go nuts, like this Fear 3 package I just got, which is just insane. I mean, you know, not only does it have all the pertinent information, you know, you've got 2 copies of the game, you've got a teddy bear with his heart cut out. I don't know, talk about that. This is, well, looks like a candle, but there's gooey stuff in it, and 2 of these, which are not cheap. And, you know, it's $400 or $500 box here, and, you know, people may think, oh, well, that right there is enough. Maybe it's subconscious. He does the review, he remembers all the stuff you give him, you know what I mean? And I'm not discounting the idea that publishers think in their heads, well, maybe just get a few extra tenths of a point out of this, or maybe even more. This has never worked with me. It never really does. If the game sucks, if this is a 6, it's getting a 6. I haven't played it yet, which I wanted to you know, make this as objective as possible. I haven't played it. I don't know. I hope it's good. But regardless of what's here, you know, I appreciate the effort. And I like to think a lot of critics feel that way. So I don't want people thinking that everything is corrupt and everybody would get this stuff and all of a sudden that's it. You can't trust our reviews. You can trust ours. That's for damn sure. Okay, I want to talk about my second favorite franchise of the generation. I really didn't expect it to do. It's new for this generation. It's Assassin's Creed. Number 1 is Uncharted, but the reason why I like Assassin's Creed so much, it's the atmosphere, and honestly, I've never seen anything that does it quite so well. It's one of those games where you just want to stop and look around. I kind of did that in LA Noire a little bit, but it's so enveloping. I mean, they go to such extremes to get the NPCs looking just right. It really makes you feel like you're, you know, in medieval Italy. And the combination of freedom and just be able to do what I want to do. There's no clock, and it's free roaming. I mean, that's the kind of thing I tend to really enjoy. And I think enough people will really like it. Revelations is coming out. I have my reservations, but then again, I had them for Brotherhood because I thought it was going to team-based, which it wasn't. It didn't. Revelations looks like it's going more action-oriented, which will really annoy me, but I'm convinced they'll keep the stealth part. And the only thing that bugs me a little is this annual sort of trend they've got going. They've said that Ezio was going to be done with Brotherhood and he's coming back, which leads me to believe they just wanted to get another one out for this holiday season. That irritates me a little, but I'm not passing judgment, and so far, I have loved these games. If you haven't tried them yet, you should definitely check them out. Exclusive debate. I know everyone likes to talk about it, you know, which platform has the best exclusives. And I have a 360 for a reason, but, you know, this is not even close. I'm putting this to rest right now. This really isn't a competition. I have most of the 360 exclusives here. The only one I don't is Forza, so I'll mention it. But Alan Wake, which was great. I really think people should play this. Did not get anywhere near enough love because, I don't know, apparently Xbox 360 owners only play things with guns. I don't know. That does have guns, by the way, just as a good story. Gears 2, obviously. Gears 3 coming out. They're all good. I'd probably buy 360 just to own it for Lost Odyssey, a next-gen turn-based RPG. I love it. I wish they would do another one. And, of course, the Halo franchise. You know, this is Halo Reach and do more. And they're great games, there's no doubt. But, I mean, I don't even have all the PS3 exclusives. Look, look. Gran Turismo 5, Uncharted 2, and you know Uncharted 3 is coming. The first Uncharted was good. Resistance 2 and Resistance 3 is coming. MLB, this is probably one of the best sports games out there. You've got Infamous 2. The first Infamous was great. Metal Gear 4, really incomparable in a variety of ways. I mean, Little Big Planet, Little Big Planet 2. Killzone 2, Killzone 3. God of War 3. Heavy Rain. I don't even have any of the Ratchet and Clanks. The one thing you're going to notice is not only is there a lot of them and they're super high quality, there's a lot of diversity. I mean, between Heavy Rain and God of War 3 and Metal Gear 4 and Little Big Planet and Gran Turismo 5 and Uncharted, there's a wide range. And as much as I like to have my 360 for the Halos and the Gears, and we don't know where Alan Wake is going to go next. I hear Microsoft hasn't signed Remedy to do the next one, but you notice that Alan Wake did terribly in terms of sales, and that might say something for the 360 user base. The fact that Heavy Rain sold over 1.5 million copies on the PS3 says something to me. But I mean, then you do direct comparisons. If you want to compare Gears and Uncharted, that's fine. Gears is great. Gears 3 is going to be great. Do I think it's going to be better than Uncharted 3? I don't think there's any shot of that. But there's a lot of exclusives on the PS3, and there's really not much else to talk about. This is not a competition anymore. If you want the best of the best, they tend to be exclusives on every platform. The Xbox 360, really, a lot of the best games are exclusives. PS3, Wii, the exclusives are the best, they're the cream of the crop. But the PS3 is a cut above. I really do believe that, and that's the reason to own that system above any and all. So I'm really not going to talk about that anymore. There's really no competition. Towards the end, as we go towards the end of this generation, the PS3 has the lead in the exclusive category, and as far as I can tell, always will. The top 5 games of this generation, I would probably say, you know, Metal Gear 4 and Heavy Rain, God of War 3, Gran Turismo 5, Uncharted 2 and 3. I mean, most all of them are PS3 exclusives. So let's not talk about it anymore. I'm playing Madden 93. I would much rather play this than Duke Nukem Forever. I'm not kidding. Kick him off. Dead. Isn't that fun? Come on, that's classic. I mean, you can do that all day. It's great. Well, anyway, I'm going to keep playing this. Next time, we'll go over some other things. I might do some giveaways, too. I'm thinking about giving away some of the stuff. Maybe some of the stuff you saw today. Who knows? And maybe we'll have some extra incentives for you to come watch us, that type of thing. But if you don't mind, I'm playing a game, so go away. I'm not kidding. Okay, confidentially, as much as I said all that, and I stand by that, I'm thinking I could still cut this thing in half. If I tossed it in the air, would that work?
Go for it.
Alright, wait a minute, that's gonna really... See, this thing is not as sharp as you think. You know, maybe just... It's not the game's fault! Alright, I'll just leave it there.